Here's why. Stan, later on tonight, I want you to read me a bedtime story. That voice is so soothing. So I need to get my feet going here. So, folks, so far so good, right? We've got some great things. We've learned a couple of nuggets along the way here today. I get to go into the compensation plan in detail, which is one of those things that's not the most fun thing to do, but it's also for many of you to get some of those questions answered. We're going to dig in a little bit. But I want to say to you all, the most important takeaway for me out of this event so far is the word fans. Not customer, fans. You see, every fan out there is a customer. I'm wearing a Winnipeg Jet jersey. I'm a fan. I chose to buy the jersey. I'm a fan. My buddy over there is wearing a Winnipeg Blue Bomber jersey. He's a fan. So last night, I proved it. I was in the bar, having a water with ice cubes. Yeah. And this gal across from me sees my Patrick Mahomes jersey on and says, "Can you turn around? I want to see whose name you have on it." She didn't know the number, but she knew the color, she knew the logo, and I got Patrick Mahomes' name there on the jersey. And she said, "Oh, Travis Kelce. Ah, I love Travis Kelce," she says. Okay? I go, do you like Travis Kelce? Yeah, he's amazing. Where was Taylor Swift? Now I hate her. I don't know why. Nothing to do with anything other than the Travis Kelce conversation. And I'm teaching a few of the members there about the concept of curiosity, the concept of never tell too much. Because new folks will always dig in with everything they know. It's called the toolbox. And that toolbox will crush that potential customer. So you've got to hold back. I'm watching this individual do this right before my eyes. And that's when I stepped in. And the counterpart, because it was the boyfriend that this gentleman was talking to, and he was dumping the toolbox. But the gal asked me about the jersey, curiosity. So I said to her, "So are you a collector of Travis Kelce things?" "Oh, no, I can't afford that stuff. I know I'm not interested." "Well, let me ask you something. If I had a Travis Kelce collectible card in my back pocket, and I want to share that with you, would you want it?" "Oh, are you kidding me? Absolutely." Folks, I grabbed my phone out. I point-clicked the share Travis Kelce collectible from my phone to her. She was blown away. That's how easy point-click and share is. Don't ever complicate it. As Dale said this morning so eloquently, we're all in it to win it, but we have to duplicate a simple, duplicatable process, which is do not dump the toolbox. So please use that, and every one of you have your favorite collectible, fan-oriented item when you see a jersey wherever you are. And all you need to do is have fun, knowing that you pretty much guarantee to have one of their favorite players on that team in your back pocket. What do you think of that? Okay, so when we get into the whole concept of compensation planning, it gets pretty complicated. So I want to do this right today, and I want to give you as much of the information, but I also want to share with you some of the new media that's available now to all of you to really understand it. So as we go forward, we all are recognizing more and more that this company is really launching before your eyes. There's never in anybody's timeline, 5, 10, 15 years from now, a chance to say we were here in October 2023 ever again. There's very few of us that 25 years ago thinking that a company that started with a pen dispenser and a printer would become a $13, $14 billion company with 135 million customers. Many of us would have loved to have been back there now and bought shares in that or whatever, right? There's no shares to buy here, but we're here. So let's talk about what we can do to be part of this 5 and 10 years from now. And as many of you are setting goals today for having 3,300 customers, you're starting to get your head around that customers are the easiest acquisition piece of our opportunity, because there's 11,000 items there to have in your back pocket for anybody that's a fan of whatever it is from this massive collectible system. So when I look at this video, which I think I can play here, if I had it set up, this is just the beginning stages. We had to change it just a little bit because every item, as I said, is loaded with numbers, 6 different numbers. Unfortunately, I'm going to share those numbers with you in a little bit, so I hope you all can stay awake with that. But I want you to understand that it's from 50 cents to 200 and above. So the video you did before say 5 to 200. And some folks are really detail oriented and they want to know why we didn't say 50 cents. It's because you know what? We didn't know where the price points were going to start and when we started. But that's the advancement of being in on the ground floor. So let's just watch this video that all of you are going to be able to share. Clicker? Which one?
Welcome to Collect and Rent. Are you ready to connect your past to your future? For over 40 years, Collect and Rent has collected thousands of unique items, from sports memorabilia, comic books, toys, coins, stamps, and much more. The world of collectibles is massive today, and they all have a value of some sort. And now, this collection is available to the public to not only purchase, but an opportunity for you to cash in on rewards when others purchase items from our collection. From our website, you'll be able to type in and search for an item to connect you to your past. Maybe it's Bozo the Clown, or Gumby, or your favorite hockey player. You'll be able to find those memorabilia pieces on our website. The beautiful thing is, you'll be able to point, click, and share them with other people too. It all starts with our $9.98 membership plan. You'll select the categories you are interested in, then you can point, click, and share the item with others. If they choose to participate, they can join your team. It's like operating a retail store out of your home, your computer, and phone. Share the website with others, and if they purchase an item, you get paid. Retail rewards range from 50 cents to $200. This is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week business where you can share hundreds of thousands of products. So don't miss out on those items from your past and start sharing today.
So when you start thinking about what that's sharing with you, most of you have never been in the retail game before. I had 6 retail stores. I have 1 today. I had 6 retail stores that lost $1 million in 1 year. I have 1 today. Today, my business makes very good money because we streamlined the ability to point eyeballs to 1 store, 1 location by getting out there. Each and every one of you have 1 store. It's you. You're a brand. Your story is absolutely your story. And people will listen to your story. It's full of enthusiasm and belief and commitment. And that comes from an event like this. I know it is. Let me just hear a round of applause. Many more of you today believe where we are and where we're going. But we're still in charge of the volunteer army. We're still in charge of those folks out there that are going to try to do this on their own. There's the folks out there that think that they are salespeople here, but no, we're shareologists. That's what we do. We share. We share from our hearts, we share from our soul, we share our belief, and we share what we're passionate about. And nobody can deny that what we're saying is the truth, because it's our truth. And you've got to understand that each and every one of you have that ability here today to point, click, and share as a shareologist. And have fun with it. I have that in my back pocket. It's so simple. Or, as I've heard so many are doing now, putting these postcards in things that they're selling on their eBay sales. To do what? Get customers from the collectible site. You can expand your thought process by being in charge of the volunteer army by teaching them the systems. One of the best trainers I've heard many years ago said, the only thing that duplicates is tools. The best salesman will not win in this company, I promise you. The last person talking is the buyer. If you cannot get your prospect, your customer talking or interacting with what you're sharing, you've got no deal. That word deal is a bad one, but you have not got a customer, you have not got a member. They have to be engaging. And so what we're working on over and over again is more things to engage them. Because some of you are going to do things wrong. You're a salesman. you're going to go out there and tell them, hey, you should buy this thing. Go to the site. We've got 1,000 items, 1,100 items on here. And guess what? Some of them are ranging for that price. And I can comparable, and I'm going to make some money. Wait a minute. That's a salesman's approach. Now, one of my good friends had a little thing yesterday about how I showed him my check many, many years ago. And what he had done is he made what's called Fast Start Rewards off of the sale. Brought in 30 people. They bought the package. They got the whatever it was. But they weren't engaging and duplicating and sharing anything. They were learning to teach others. The most important duplicatable thing that any of you can do is learn the third-party part of this business. That's the key importance. Everybody else out there is an expert but you. They've seen you with the lampshade on your head when you were a kid. They don't know that you're in business and understand how to build a business, but if you introduce them to somebody other than you, there's a good chance they'll believe them more. Right or wrong? And third party is so key. So, if you get anything in your head about stinking thinking because it's not working for you, you've got to reset and figure out what the folks in this room are doing that's working. I'll guarantee they're generating customers by curiosity and sharing postcards and getting absolutely in front of them. So, as I go forward, everything's about point-click share, point-click share. That logo, little symbol on the right is share in some sort of computer language. That little three-pod thing. I didn't know that. I'm not a technical person. But when I asked the person how to create that, he said, no, that's what you represent share with. Well, we constantly tell people to get in where they fit in. Why do we do that? Because I don't know where you're at in your current situation, but I also don't ever guarantee anybody's going to be successful here. Why would I? Because I don't know what you're really volunteering for. Because I don't know if you're going to get out of your own way. I don't know if you've looked in the mirror today and said, why not me? I don't know. Today, until we figure out why you want to be here with us. And we all have heard these stories over and over again from us folks that have been in this great industry. But as we've heard from others today, have never found an industry that offers this kind of opportunity. This kind of amazing 11,000 and growing item catalog. It's a massive opportunity. So there's only one thing we can do to say to everybody is, here's how I started. Because they're going to ask you, how did you start? So as we move into our comp plan, we have to understand that every one of these little buckets here, in terms of the way that we get paid, leads from one thing. Somebody buying something. Right? Could be 3,300 customers in the next 3 to 5 years buying every month. 4 times a year, it could be. As somebody shared with me today, which kept getting light bulbs going on me. Yeah, it was amazing. There were light bulbs going on. Fans. I'm not looking for collectors, I am. But I'm looking for the fan who just has to have that $29 item in my hand here. You see, a 3, a 4, or a 5 graded card, if it's a card that you're promoting, as you heard from Matt yesterday, can range from $30 to $600, or from $500 to $1 million, as the grades get better. Because there's only 1 or 2 or 3 of the 10s, and there might be 200 of the 9s, there might be 500 of the... But guess what happens when Collect Direct opens up the world, and everybody gets one? There's 1 in Australia, there's 1 in Canada, there's 5 in the United States, and there might be 20 or 30 left that go into Japan eventually, and around the world. And then they're gone. That's why the predictions are that this industry is going to grow and grow and grow. Because they're not making any more antiques. We've heard this over and over again. So as I get excited about the compensation plan, what really excites me is that every item has 6 buckets of information in it for all of us to win. All of your prospects who choose to join you to win. And the retail reward side of our business is such an important part of it because it's the first time in the industry that any company can truly stand up here, me, you, any of us. I'm an independent member, right? I'm a member. I don't work for the company. And say, are you kidding me? I can earn a retail reward off of a website that currently has just around 11,000 items. And every one of those items is going to pay me 50 cents or above. It's actually 200 or up. The answer is yes. And those numbers on there are pretty simple. There's some sample numbers there. A $30 item pays you $5. A $59 item pays you $10. $119 close to that price item We'll pay you $20. Think about that. I'm standing in the bar, and somebody decides they want to engage in a conversation because I see they're a fan of the Patrick Mahomes led team with Travis Kelce catching all his passes, and I send them a link from my website, from my phone, with that card on there, and they make the purchase, and I just paid for 3 of my beers. Because I am going to get a $20 pay from them buying that card. They can do it right in front of me, and I can walk them through it. That's simple, if I decide to do it that way. Or I had a conversation about what they're doing and where they're going and what's happening in their life and having fun with it. Maybe I don't at that moment engage them on the business side of it, but I might have heard something that made an interaction. We shared business cards, and a day or two later I said, man, I enjoyed the conversation with you the other night. It was amazing. It was really cool. So I said, things are going really well for you, right? Yeah, that's okay. It's not bad. Well, listen, I don't want to take any more of your time, but I did want to send a link to you. Would you mind if you open it if I do? Because I'm having a lot of fun opening up a flexible business around the world, and I'm looking for people to help me. And I'm not sure if it's for you, but you might know somebody that is a fan of a team or two that in here. But guess what? There's so many teams in this website, it's unbelievable. Really? Boom, done. Send the link. Copy, link, paste. Point, click, share. I don't know where that's going to go because I don't know who that person knows. That's how easy this business is. But if he buys something, I'm going to make 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever, because there's a percentage. So retail orders are a magical part of what we do. And the way we're going to earn a lot of our income, for many of us, are going to make $100 a week or a month or whatever you're going to make. It's individually up to you. It comes from people buying something from our site. Now, a member, and by the way, that happens every time they buy. So as Dale said yesterday, 4 times a year is when he's estimating people buy something from your site. If you start building a customer base, and they go 4 times a year back. Because as you heard from Chris, marketing platforms are being rolled in so that the company will drip on them with the new items that are coming up. So the newest trending items are there. And that person decides to buy again, and their email address is flagged to you. 4 times a year, I'm going to make $20 from one interaction. Because that's not fair. That's what we're doing here. It's never been done before. It's magic. So as I look at the member, you get it on the first word only. Retail customers get it on every word. Members, we call it a fast start. All it is a reward from the company for you developing a team of people that you're committed to train, to teach others. So we pay you to do that. We give you upfront money. It's amazing. We don't know if you're going to be successful in helping them. So that's why we don't pay you every time. We want you, if you're going to get them to be encouraged to join our organization of members, to give it, to help them. Right? So we don't pay them, we give you bigger volume. So if you look at these numbers, they're pretty small up there. You'll see that on that simple same $119 item, the business volume doubles. It goes up. What does the business volume do for you? Well, we're going to start digging in real quick. That shopping cart has so many items on there ranging from $3 to $5,000 or just under $49.99, and eventually the vault will have $1 million items. Every one of the items will have a volume attached to their pays some form of retail reward. Some will be more or less percentages. I heard a 17% number. I'm using an example on this one here, 16%, just to give you the numbers. Those are 5 actual items that are in a shopping cart that come to $329.90. They're from 5 different categories: golf, Pez, NASCAR, and I'm sorry, it's pretty small for me to read there, but either way, 5 different categories. It pays me $54.50. How did that happen? Because the fast start, or the retail order in this case, came to me and paid me 16.5% of all 5 of those items in my shopping cart. I'm not delivering it. The company's delivering it to wherever your customer is. What if that person bought it again 4 times a year? That will keep coming to you, right? But in behind all of this is something called qualifying volume. And see, the biggest value for all of you is to understand that this company is building this platform on nobody gets a rank by buying the position. You have to earn it by growing the volume through your customers, through your members that choose to jump on this amazing journey with all of us, right? So the qualifying volume, what we call QB, is so important for you to really understand because there's rank advancement that happens as a result of qualifying volume. But along the way, we have another part of our plan that takes you with the business volume. So when you start thinking, as Nancy said many times, why complicate this, Don? I just know the company's coming back, and I just know that the company's going to pay me every Friday, Thursday at midnight, and then once a month for the monthlies. She's right, because every item has 6 hidden volume numbers. You don't have to worry about that. Yes, as Chris said, they'll start populating, you'll start seeing some media, you'll have for a chance to, see if you're wanting to build a rank and what the QB might be. That's coming. But currently, you know that they're there. So the different parts of the bucket start feeding the different parts of the plan. So I want to touch on this one first. This is my personal favorite part of our compensation plan. It's called the unilevel. Now, unilevel means individual in my mind. But I want you to understand that I can bring as many individual customers or members as I want into Collect Direct. If it was 3,300 customers buying 4 times a year, they would be on my level 1. It does not ever show up in my Jewel Team picture. Why? Because they're not here to earn money, they're my customers. So your customers are always on the first level. Always. So when you look at the unilevel plan, you'll see you can pay 7 levels of depth. Well, 7 levels of depth doesn't get paid to every one of you because you have to rank advance. How do you rank advance? Well, you want to drive qualifying volume. Where's the qualifying volume come from? All of your customers, all of your members doing what? Point clicking and sharing. Doing what? Finding fans. That's what you ought to understand. It's an equal playing field. And you have to say, am I going to go get it? Or am I going to sit back with my postcards under my desk and know that I bought them? Man, I'm in the game. I'm sorry. That doesn't work. You got to get out there and have fun, right? Sharing. So when we look at the levels, look at the top there. If you're a collector, which means you reach that rank because you've actually got the volume requirement for that, then you only get 1 level. So that means you're a customer, every time they buy something, yes, you'll get that commission of 5% on what? Well, there is a percentage of every one of the items in the 6 that pays out the unilevel BEP. So what is unilevel BEP as opposed to BEP? What is unilevel BEP as opposed to BEP as opposed to QB? This is where the complication comes in. And there's more and more detail about this showing up on the website as we speak. Unilevel BEP is the amount of business volume percentage of that item that was just sold, bought, or shared that the company is willing to pay 5% on. Let me repeat that because I've got it right here for you. Inside this $329.90 bucket is a total of 30% that amounts to 100 BV, unilevel BV, which at 5% is $5. So this particular member earned $54.90 of a retail reward, but the company also pays a unilevel on customers and members, so you got an additional $5 on your first level if that was your customer or your actual member that joined you. So you didn't just make $54.90, you made $59.90 on this order. Well, let's now take a little bit deeper dive here. Every item has a second unilevel BEP if a fast start wasn't paid. Now let me think through this conversation I'm having with all of you. Your customers get a retail reward every time. So you only get paid unilevel BEP1. It's less percentage of the total. Remember, the company don't pay out so much. But if your members pay you a fast start once, and they come back and buy something else, it's unit level BB2, which is a higher percentage of that amount, but you don't get a fast start anymore. So Dave is willing to pay out a larger percentage of the total. So in our examples here, we're talking about a $279.98 package of goods, let's say, whatever your shopping cart adds up to. It's $125 for unit level BB1. 5% of that pays you $6.25. But the second order is $250. And this is where I get excited. Because my goal is to have 1% of 100 units instead of more than 100% of my own. If I think this way through, I don't want a salesman mentality. The mentality of a salesman is to have 100% of their effort, get their paycheck earned. Whatever that means to you. In my business, home traditional business, I try to get my sales folks to build a story with the customer before they actually try to get it closed, because I want them to get repeat customers. And I think that's the benefit of network marketing, the distribution channel of this industry. It truly is to build relationships. So the second unit level BB on a 279 is 250, which means every time somebody comes back and buys something after their first order, you get more of that BB, or the unit level BB2. That's how this works. And our system has 6 digits assigned to items. Every item on the website has 6 things that Dave has entered predominantly only by his fingers. And Dave, how many entries would you say that would be if you thought about your entries plus the 6 little things? How many is that?
Consider all of them. Entries of
digits.
I was checking probably over 100,000.
Clicks for all of us. And that's when he starts talking about going from 11,000 to 100,000. He knows he has to add to the team, which he's doing as we speak. So, what about if a member brings in customers? So this illustration tells you that you can have as many customers and as many members as you want on your level 1. Depending on your rank, you're going to get paid 1 level. But if you advance in rank, because the volume starts growing, qualifying volume starts growing, based on your efforts and your team's efforts of duplicating, take a look at my member number 1. I don't know if the arrow stands out as well as it should. But notice member number 1, who I make 5% on, and they're going to pay every time they buy a note, every time they buy something else from the website for a gift. I make a 5% unit level pay because they're buying that product, right? And they start building a customer base. So their first customer, suddenly they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 customers that they brought to the table 4 times a year, buying something because they're fantastic shareologists. Then you're on, that's your level 2. The second level of our plan, which would pay you in this example 4%, depending on your rank. And that first member's first customer, you're going to get 4% on their entire shopping cart unit level BEV. People are underestimating that there are some folks in this room that know that this is one of the largest, most incredible parts of our plan. We're paying out a small percentage of an awful lot of transactions, but the beautiful thing is, member 1 that I'm sharing has all of these customers, all of a sudden has one of their customers ask them this question: are you making money here? Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I meet some great people. And all I do is pull my phone out once in a while and point to the chair, and I can't believe that I got 10 customers last month. Really? Well, how can I do that? Well, I didn't have money to get started. When we give you a whole business here, but it's expensive. Or expensive. Well, I gotta do something. It's $10. $9.98 for a whole year. Pardon me? They're gonna ramp and run your door out. So 1 out of 8, 1 out of 6, whatever may say I want to be a member. They upgrade, they go to the bottom of your tree. They do not go into any place in the middle, they go to the bottom of your tree. And as a rule, it's the weakest link in your organization. That's where you have the structure. But the beautiful thing is, that member now becomes your level 3. Level 3, of course, in our example, pays you 3%. So if it was $250 and they were buying something regularly, you would make another $6. It just keeps going and going and going. Except everybody else keeps going and going and going. So it excites me like crazy to know that we have unlimited width in customers and members, and the depth is based on who wants to build a team and who just wants to be a customer. That's what you want. So as we go into it, we start thinking about, okay, what are the steps to get started here? What's the right way? I think it's so important for us to understand that there are these little packages that they've created for member only. One's called a dugout, one's called a sample program, which last night sitting at the bar having my water with ice cubes, I went up and got my laptop, and I'm so proud that Lily, put your hand up, congratulations, on the sample package. Because she saw some information last night she thought was incredible. And then Lily, what happened? Your girlfriend got her excited. What did she do?
Duplicate the same, and
She bought a sample package. Why? Because Lily bought a sample order. Lily, how did you start? I bought a sample order about 5 months. So the duplication begins with what you do, but I think the most important thing to understand is that on the step 2 side is what are you going to do next month? What are you going to do to get people curious? Where are the fans going to come from? What part of your collection would you might give to somebody or share on social media that gets people asking you questions? I believe the dugout is one of the most incredible packages that we're underestimating. Even though Dave said some items out there that actually are worth huge amounts of money, maybe, but there's no guarantee. Who cares? I just want a story. 10 items for $10 that I'm super jacked and excited to have. And I hold up my Funko Pop. I never even knew the word Funko Pop. I hold up the card I got with the president on there. I hold up a home swagger picture that I found in there. I got some CFL football cards I got some collectible card cards. I mean, I got a Beanie Baby. It's a story. It's my story. I'm excited. My enthusiasm is going to drive people to my shopping experience with my postcard. And as Dale says, Dale, I congratulate you. It's all about the numbers. You just keep dripping until eventually they head to step 3 where they join you on this journey, and you teach them how to teach others to teach what? Duplicating using the tools. The best storyteller is the tools. The best storyteller will be the videos you're going to see, and the most incredible storyteller is the funnel that's being built. And we'll be ready at some point soon, and the funnel will drive people and answer the questions. You see, we don't want you to be the only talker. We want you to use third party. We want you to have the tools do the talking, so you're a shareologist, not a salesperson. Okay? So as we move into the pre-enroll section that was not available up until today officially, the magic begins for those of you that want to build a team that's open 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year around the world. It doesn't matter what time zone. Australia is a completely different time zone. We have 2 members that flew all the way here for this event because they wouldn't miss it. Viola, you wouldn't miss it. You told me that, right? Congratulations for being here. Jackie, phenomenal presentation yesterday. I mean, seriously, all the difference in time zones, you get up at 6 in the morning sometimes to get on calls because you won't miss it. But here's the beautiful thing. The pre-enroll folks, if you can read that, and you can see it now on your site, you go there, they can't build a team. They get to get curiosity driven through the roof. Because if you start bringing in a whole pile of pre-enrollers that want to take a look, they're going to see that, but they cannot contact them. That's the most important thing. They don't get a phone number to call. They don't get an email to call. They just know they're there. And that will be one of those fun things. Hey, did you know that so-and-so and so-and-so just jumped on board? Really? Yeah. Well, come out. I'll call you next month. I mean, I'm having so much fun here. Just keep having fun, but don't push them. Remember, they're a volunteer army. They will be right on the crazy teams, right? I love the fact that the pre-enroll is finally here because now you can do what I did last night. I thought that, and there was a gentleman right next after that that's come to me about his business that he was talking to. He was trying to recruit me, not a different marketing opportunity, but something else. who would have absolutely shared the pre-roll site if it was live last night. But you know what I did? I shared my link. You know how I did it? I said, well, listen, let me just send you some information on what I'm doing here. And I'm okay with you sending it to me, but I gotta tell you right now, I'm here, this is the first day of this company, and this is a massive opportunity, and it's right on the Super Bowl Street. Give me, he says, yeah, give me your song, I'll send you a link. Be good, do your research, let me know if you're interested, let me put my name on the test. Perfect. What did I get? His song and his name. Because in that moment, I texted him my link, I put his name there. How do I spell that? Give it to me. Oh, and in this test, I'll put my name so you know who just said this. Boom, done. That lead. Point, click, share. I would have had him pre-roll last night in a second. This is free. And now I can start calling him because I'm going to get his number and his email. So this is a big part of the plan, folks. So I want to share with you the video that will be live right away. So I hit the next button. Here we go.
When you pre-enroll for free, it means you're reserving your spot in our dual team structure while you take your time to gather information and make a decision. You'll have access to our back office reporting system where you can see potential volumes generated by new team members and customer purchases below you. You'll also get a glimpse of the member privileges and features available to upgraded members. However, please note that you won't be able to pre-enroll anyone until you become an upgraded member, and you won't have access to the contact information of the positions below you. Additionally, if you choose not to upgrade to full membership, the company can remove your position.
What do you think of that? That's not a very much talk here. I think half of you don't like that. So next, I'm just kidding. What do you think of that? Okay. So that'll be located in your back office, and that'll be located for you to be able to share. That'll be located with your link for people to ask questions. Because just what did we just do? We gave you a storyteller. Because many of you couldn't stand up and do what I just did, but you sure can share a link, right? You can sure share what a pre-roll is, and it tells the story. So, what if they want to be a member, and you know they want to be a member, and they're ready to go?
As a club member, you'll be placed in the team leg that your enroller assigned you to. This position has the potential to accumulate volume from other members or customers placed below you in that leg. You'll also gain access to our back office reporting system, where you can view potential volumes generated by new team members and customer purchases below you. Furthermore, you'll enjoy various member privileges and features. You'll have the option to explore member-only purchase opportunities, review our compensation plan, and access training materials when they become available. Plus, you'll be able to track your activity and access contact information for your personally enrolled team members and customers. Club membership also grants you access to the Collect Direct mobile app.
Now, what do you think of that? I think you should be a little louder when I take a sip of this. What do you think of that? You see the tools coming together before your eyes? We didn't have any of this, folks, 6 months ago, 4 months ago, 3 months ago, August 1st, none of it was available. It's all covenantly fit before your eyes, and there's no excuse for any of us. So, the numbers don't lie. We've heard this over and over again. And the power of 6 is something that I heard Dale again say. I've always understood the 6. I've always known 6 is the number. There's no guarantee, if you look at our compensation plan, that 4 is to get to the top, that you're always going to have those 4. So it's always nice to have a couple extras, okay? But how do you get to the 6? Just to kind of summarize for you, I believe, as many folks do, that poor people are always going to be interested in don't dump the toolbox of some sort of curiosity. 2 to 11 would be customers, and 1 might be interested in this whole process. But let's just, for sake of argument, say they all are customers. And you get a customer over 6 ways of having a postcard or sending some form of media that we have available, or our app, or your link. I would say that the 6 has to be thought of 6 more times. And that's why there's so much truth to the numbers. Because if you get a customer and you build this same concept of going out and talking to 6 more people that 4 are curious and 2 would say that's pretty good and 1 more becomes a customer, you have 2 customers. By the time you do this 3 or 4 more times, you only have 6 customers. I've just seen it happen that somebody's going to ask you, are you making money here? So out of those 6 customers that came from you talking to 6 to get 4 to say this is pretty cool, and 2 that says let's do this, and 1 I want something that you have here, you might end up with 1 member. Doesn't matter what number of this is the right equation. At the end of the day, it's just about the numbers. So what happens though if you end up with that 1 member out of all these 6s? Well, that 1 member could end up one day being a diamond in your company. So it's about the numbers. And where are those numbers going to come from? From your customers. Because at some point, somebody's going to ask you, are you making money here? So go after and get those customers. But know that the numbers don't lie. Just know that if 6 people buy something into your program, and you start making $40, before you know it, at the end of the year, you might have said, hey, I make $300 a month or whatever. It doesn't matter, right? But we know the numbers. $300 can change people's lives. So don't think millions, think a little bit of cash. And if you think that way, I will guarantee you anything. You make 0, you might make $200-300. It doesn't matter to me because it's your business. See, you're a volunteer army. I'm never going to tell you what you have to do. Personally, I'm just going to say, learn how to point, click, and share, and use the tools. But there's the right way and the wrong way, and there's some that are going to say, I'm doing it my way. And I believe in my heart that in this room are some of the best folks I've heard in all my years in business. I've been on seminars with Tom Hopkins back in the day, and I just remember hearing him talk about the whole visualization of the butterfly coming from the caterpillar, and all my friends trying to keep me on the ground, so you can't do that, you've never been in business. There's no way you're going to be able to fly. Well, I remember telling my daughter when she was told by her grade 8 coach, don't even try out for the grade 9 team, because you're not good enough to make it, and that school's a big school. I'm sorry, that's a big volleyball environment, you're not good enough. Who says that to a little girl that was just excited about the game? Well, short of not wanting to go and do what to that gentleman, my daughter and I got into the sand volleyball court we had at the lake home, and all summer long we must have hit 1 billion balls. Bump, set, spike, bump, set, spike, bump, set, spike. She went into that grade 9 with the US, I think we call freshman, and she knocked off the grade 10 girl to start after being 4. Today she's captain of her university team with a scholarship. Don't let anybody tell you to stay on the ground because you can't fly. Don't let anybody. Because we all can fly. So let's go build some teams. Let's go chase the business volume. Let's get people to understand that every transaction has 6 buckets. But don't worry about what's in those buckets. Just let people build a customer base and have fun letting the volume accumulate. And how does it accumulate? For every 200 business volume on one side and 100 business volume on another, you make a $20 bill. If you've ranked, advanced to that position, you're qualified. How do you qualify? Your customers qualify you. New customers, repeat customers. That volume counts for you to be qualified for your PV, which is your personal volume. It comes from you or it comes from your customers. And again, there's certain elements of our compensation plan that we give you a chance to understand that it is a non-flushing plan. Because you might have one team that grows like crazy. So what are you going to do? You're going to jump in on the other times that the team and help them out. You're going to start coaching. You're going to start showing them how you're doing what you're doing. And you're going to teach them how to teach others to teach. Duplicate using the tools. That's it. That's our business. So the dual team structure is all about 2 teams you coach. You're a coach. How do you rank advance? You coach others to be leaders. How do we get in this business? We're looking for 6 leaders. We've heard it today, so elegantly done. And we just have to take that message and bring it home, as Dave said so well yesterday. So as we look at the volume and the accumulation of the volume, it doesn't flush. If you're building a team and you're letting yourself drain, the qualifying volume that you're generating will actually be there for the month. But that will leave your system because every month you have to qualify. You rank advanced during the month and you qualify for the rank you'll reach the next month. That's the number that disappears on a monthly basis. But the BV on a one huge team does not flush, which means it's like money in the bank, but actually having the ability to sell it, because for every 100 BV that starts accumulating on the other side, it triggers what's called a cycle, because you have some carryover volume on the one side, and before you know it, you have another cycle. So last night, chatting with Lily, I said, so she says, how should I get started? I said, well, it's really important for you to understand that yes, it is possible in this plan to make the kind of money that you could only dream of, but what's wrong with an extra 100 or 200 or 300? So how do you start right? If I came into the right team that I'm coaching, I would encourage that person to turn their what we call placement setting that is located inside your dual team red button in your back office. So if you go to that red button, the top left 3 at the top, the left one, click on it, this screen comes up. Find where it says placement settings. It's standardly preset and alternate. You know what alternate means? Your prospects that choose to pre-enroll for free will go left, right. Your members that choose to lock arms with you and spend the whole massive $9.98 to become a member of our team, they go on the side that we have that placement setting set to. So if you joined my team and I said I'm building my right team right now because my left team is off to the races and I want to help my right team, I'm going to coach my right team, I place my setting to the right and that person will work to the right. So when I said to Lily last night, right, Lily said, well, bring your first 2 to the right. And she said, okay, what do I tell that person to do? Well, teach them to teach each other. So they came in your right team, what should you tell them to do? Put your first 2 to the right. Now, listen, your team philosophy you'll learn and coach from others might say different than what I'm saying, but this is just a corporate kind of a thing that I've learned, and I'm just taking it and repeating it so you say, this is what I'm currently doing. I put the first 2 in the team that I joined them on the right, if that's the case, or the left, and teach them to do the same. So Lily got it right away, light bulb went on, Lily. She said, so you're telling me, Don, if I put, I'm sorry, your first name again, I joined this last time, I apologize. Gracia. I said, she's on the right, so what are you telling her to do? Put her first 2 on the right. Okay, so then what do I do now? Then you go back into placement settings and turn this to the left. And she starts putting people on the left. She says, she stops me, she got it, light bulb went on. So you're telling me that I'm going to put my first 2, because I have 3 people I'm going to put in here, but my first 2 I want to put on the right, and I'm going to put my third one on the left. Yes, and then I'm going to, she said this to me, she said, then do you think, is this right, Don? Do I tell people that I put on the left to put their first 2 on their left? Yes. And what did he tell their people to put on the left? Put their first 2 to the left and duplicate. Teach people each other. That's how you build a team, a dual team structure. Okay? So, what happens is now, depending on where this country opens up, or this country opens up that country, these can be 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, kind of like little retail stores located around the globe. The people are able to say to their friends, families, and others, I have that in my back pocket. And you're sleeping, and your business is growing, and you're getting a little piece of one of those 6 little buckets added to your personal line and your personal organization. Do not complicate this. Just enjoy the fact that this system is not going to go away. It's just massively built on numbers. And if we know in our heart right now that there is research 200 million just in the US alone customers, or sorry, collectors, wow, just here in the United States, opportunity is pretty massive, isn't it? Considering our room is sitting here at 120, and we have all these folks at home that are part of this and are waiting to get going, and we're all going to point to the chair. But we're not going to just stay here. Some of us are building in Australia, some of us are building in Canada. And as this company adds free pre-enrolls again, it cannot add a free pre-enroller. And I'll tell you right now, that's going to be the fear of us for those folks, because they're going to see activity, but they cannot benefit from it unless they choose to engage. If that's what you're going to do with those business using the free pre-enroll system, I personally will be for the members that I'm looking for. But you don't have so many. I personally want more customers than I want members, because customers just want to buy. They don't want to be sold. Members are going to be requirement in my mind, because we're policies that I'm going to coach teams that I have an obligation to each and every one of you to do too. It's not a win to get a fast start. It's a win to build that leadership in that person, to let them believe again, let them look in the mirror and say, why not? Why not? That's what I do. And that's our obligation. And this is the only company I've ever seen that's opened up that complete everything everybody's taught for all of these years in the network marketing industry. Dale, what did you say? Was it 1980 when those 8 companies were there?
Right.
From 1980, which is 4 years ago. It's the first time ever that the retail touch and feel meets the online point, click, and share, and combine it with commitment, enthusiasm, and energy and positivity. And I am going to go to the top with or without you in one place with 11,000 and growing items in the shopping cart. Do you feel me?
Yes.
Okay? This is where we're at today. So, ranking and advancing to all volume. So I just want to touch on this. There's 2 columns that you have to know about here if you're going to rank advance. Everybody starts as a member, and your first goal should be to get to a starter, then a collector, then an influencer, then a home run collector, and all of those are built on 2 teams of volume. Now, you don't have to worry about this if you're just building a customer base, because it doesn't matter. But the volume will still start populating. It will qualify you. And slowly but surely, you could build with customers the ability to make larger checks, not just from your customer, but you'll never go to the top of the plan. Why? Because you need personal members that are recruiting their other membership, and that's where the connection comes, where we call enrollment volume. So if you look at this chart, which again, really small, but it is in your back office, I want you to flash forward to the Superstar Collector. For many of you that reached that rank, congratulations. And if those of you that reached the Superstar Collector in our room here, in the month of August, please stand up, because you guys are stars of this company. Please stand up. Superstar Collectors. Take a look around, folks. This is the beginning, right? And how they got there, thanks for that. How they got there is they built 400 qualifying volume on the left and 400 qualifying volume on the right. But they would not advance to the qualified Superstar Collector unless, look at the number in the 4th column, they had 100 minimum that they personally enrolled on both teams. In other words, they have to contribute to 2 teams. It's not just sign up game, folks. This is a commitment for you to teach, others to teach, That's the Superstar. The diamond position in our company is 15,000 qualifying volume. It's a big number. But as you start seeing the shopping carts filled with 3,300 customers coming into your organization, you're going to find your shopping cart starts filling. And by the way, the customer volume goes to your weaker team. So if your one team takes over, it'll start following the other team to help you rank advance if you're going after the qualifying volume with the other requirements. Look at what the one leg number 4 says. Could be a diamond, 1,500 qualifying volume. Well, that volume is obviously going to go up as you move up the ranks in this company. And today's not the day to dig in 100% on each of these levels, but I want you all to understand something. You get paid to coach people to succeed. It's called a matching check. And to me, that's the second part of this plan that I think is the most rewarding for each and every one of you. Success leaves clues. So if you're doing well, teach others to do well, go help them do well. The company rewards you for helping them do well. We do not want you to just go over and sign up people, folks. That's an absolute stupid thing, in my mind. You've got to commit to help them build leadership. And if they don't want it, it's okay. They may just make the money they want, that's perfect, because it's their business, they're the volunteer. But if you teach them, I believe the matching check will absolutely surprise you. I witnessed firsthand that the matching check can actually pay folks the most because they're rewarded for being the best coach. You don't want to be the person standing out here. You want to be the person at the back, at the top of the get up here, in your room, in your city, in your town. It's about leadership and finding those folks that want to do the heavy lifting, which is get out of their own way, prove who they are, get their life figured out, and go and dirty up their knees and go to work. So, matching checks are massive. And it will pay several. I won't take big money. But today it's more now to finish off a little bit about these three packages. So getting your word fit in, understand the dugout a little bit, folks. I want to just touch on this. These numbers are the 6 buckets, right? So yes, you do make a $10 fast start because it's member only. Don't make a retail reward and then you dugout order. It's only on the first order. $10. But if you look at the qualifying point, it's $100 on your order. How do you suspect you'll get to 400 if you want to build your business on dugouts? Dugouts, 400 QB. But what about cycles? The BV is 100. See, that's the magic of the dugout, the BV. Because what do you need to get $20 in a cycle? 200 on one side, 100 on the other. That means only 3 dugouts to get a $20 cycle. And as your team's building, all of their volume becomes your organizational volume, and the business volume from other people that you didn't even sponsor starts driving the BV. And before you know it, you have a non-flushing plan that has all this extra carry forward volume that's waiting for you to go to work and coach your smaller team. Do you get it? Yeah. It's so simple that people try to complicate this. I'm trying as best I can to slow this down a little bit. Then there is a unilevel BV of 45, which means you're going to get 5% of that as well. So you're not just making $10, you're actually making $12, because I think 5% of 45 is supposed to be $2, $2.25, something like that. And it happens every month. But there's another part of our comp plan that is coming soon, which is our global share. As our volume goes up, 1% of our global pool of the company, if it does $1 million, 1% of that number, you have a chance to participate in what we call our global share. So the dugout only contributes 40, I put this in here, global share BV, could be GBV or GB, global GSBV, but 40, not 100, 40. Well, that is 10 dugouts would be 400, which would earn you 1 share. If the company's share was $10,000 and there was 100 shares, take 100 divided by that number, and that share would be worth that amount, and you can earn as many shares as you want. The global share is a pool that will grow and grow in one company. But what's the dugout? I don't want to be the storyteller. I want you to use the tools. So let's watch this video.
Welcome to the Dugout, an exclusive opportunity for our members to dive into a world of unique collectibles. Each item in this collection holds a value of $9.98 individually, but here's the exciting part. You get to choose any 10 items for just $99.98. The Dugout is not only a fantastic way to expand your own treasure chest, but also a valuable resource for adding shareable items to entice potential prospects and customers to explore your shopping cart. Additionally, the business volume and personal volume earned from each Dugout purchase doesn't just bolster your collection, it's also your express ticket to hitting those personal volume requirements for the month, turning it into a win-win opportunity.
Is that a good storyteller? Why isn't this room most that story better than this room? Is that a good storyteller? There we go. Okay. So, what about the sample order? We all have been doing that at the beginning because that's what was available. Dave gives a gift. Some graded card. It's a surprise in this book until it runs out. That book has been a magical experience for me, understanding who gave Joyce her card. $279.95 gives you 200 QBs. So obviously, if you wanted to get 400, it would be 2 sample orders on the left, 2 sample orders on the right, for folks that are buying or whatever. But it's not just the sample order, it's the customers that they bring in. It's the members that start off just by a $30 item. It all counts. Is every item has 6 little nuggets of information behind the purchase, and it drives the business volume. Of course, you get a $50 fast start, and you don't get that $50 in the second order because it's a member only. See, members only get the fast start on their first order. And this is not available for our retail customers. It's just for members. But the volume then goes up. The business volume suddenly goes up to 150 on the BB2. That means you can get your cycles that much quicker. 200, 100 can get there a lot quicker. And again, your team and the volume can grow this like crazy. Notice the global share of this one allocates 75. 75. You take, 5 of these, if it was just this, you get a global share. And again, you can earn as many shares as you want. The more shares that get earned, the less each share will be worth. But we're in this to win it, and we're again a global company, so we all get to grow that share and drive it. So let's take a look at what the sample looks like.
Welcome to the Sample Collection, where you, as a member, enjoy exclusive access to a wide range of categories, each brimming with carefully chosen selections by our team. Whether you're looking to share these items or expand your personal collection, you're in for a treat. But that's not all. Here's the exciting part. Every order from this category comes with a special surprise gift from Dave Jordan, our founder and CEO.
Again, there's the storyteller. Doesn't have to be you. What do you think of that? Okay. Do you see this all coming together? Point, click, share. Don't be the storyteller. Let the system and the tools do the work for you. Okay. 16 items, $29.98. Chris is not guaranteeing anything, just that this will be available very soon. And what we are doing, Dave has already populated this. We're just waiting for the code to be ready. So what will 16 items from the bullpen, all at $29.98, do for you? Storytell to your heart's content. They may be 3s or 4 on the Richter scale of rating, but they lead to a shocking experience that somebody says, I want an 8 or a 9. And the value will drive people in the card business alone to wanting more. Again, fans. I just might want to Winnipeg Jet, Mark Schreifen card. I don't understand grading, but I certainly am a fan of this hockey player right here. I am. So I'm going to get some of his memorabilia off of this site. I know Dave well out of originally. So 16, $29.98 items. Will this expand? Let's not future. Let's just know this is what we have. But 16 individual items from all the categories you want to choose from to let you tell a story with enthusiasm, commitment, and do what? Go after and build 3,300 customers over the next 3 to 5 years. Why not? Why not you? Why not?
Get ready to step into the bullpen. A unique collection of items valued at $29.98 each. As a member, you have the exciting opportunity to select a total of 16 different items, adding up to $479.98. The bullpen isn't just about expanding your personal collection. It's a dynamic resource for showcasing a diverse range of items to potential prospects and customers. The bullpen is an exciting way to kickstart your journey into the world of collectibles and ignite your business.
What do you think of that? Okay. Folks, I'm just so happy that Dave has built this program based on get in where you fit in, $9.98, 2 cents less than $10 once a year. Give the membership a chance to buy what they want or buy one of our private member selections. And here's the BB here. 300 QV can advance you in a rank advancement pretty quickly if you're starting to look at the bullpen. But here's, for those of you that want some earned money, it's a fast start of $150. 3 bullpens in your team or organization is $450. That's pretty substantial. If you were to do 6 of those, you can start seeing where this can go. And if you start duplicating that, understand that the unilevel BB, after that fast start, is not paid, because the fast start is paid only on the first order, goes up to 150, and so 5% of 150 is now starting to pay $7 on your unilevel, as wide as you want membership, and as deep as you want, up to 7 levels if you qualify for $7, $7, $7. This is why I said at the beginning, the unilevel part of our plan is mesmerizing how fun it can be for you to start seeing $5, $5, $5. Remember that inside commercial? $5, $5, $5, right? I just love this because it's possible for everybody to win. $29.98 one time, somebody buys it and you get $5. And what if you give away the Save 5 promo code? Folks, I learned something last night from a really incredible young lady named Sarah. And she said, depending on the age group of folks, some folks hate the word coupon. So don't share a $5 coupon, share $5 savings in your promo code. And what is it currently? It's S-A-V-E, small letters with a 5. By the middle of next week, or the end of next week, Chris has said, finally, they've got a lot of this event out of the way. I'll have it as it is on the postcards currently, which is capital S-A-V-E space with a 5, but it really won't matter, because by the time you order your cards, it'll be in there. You can either put S-A-V-E, 5, or capital S-A-V-E, space 5, and it will work. What does that do for you? You're giving away $5 of your commission. That person takes $5 off their purchase, and the $5 you would earn on that $29.98 item, if you would have bought that, just cost them $24.98. You did not make the $5, but what did you gain? A customer. And how many times do you expect them to come back? Several times. You do not get the $5 on their second order. It's only on their first order. If you build your customer base using this promo code, and yes, there are more things like this available down the road, but this is the beginning. It's there already for you folks. You can use it and start building your customer base. So it's one of the things that we wanted to share here, so let me get ready. I know I've spent, what?
1 hour.
1 hour, because that's what they gave me. I think we kind of nailed it time-wise. Anybody have any quick questions that I can share before we go to the last slide? Everybody's a compensation plan expert now.
No, Lily, you can't
Lily
say.
has a question. Go ahead, Lily.
You said it yesterday when you said that I think it's worth to mention is that the BV get rollover. And I thought that was very nice and generous of the company that let BV roll over instead of like on that. And I thought,
Yeah, no, and it's all part of the carry forward part of our total compensation plan. So that as your team is building, the carry forward will stick and you can earn commissions off of the future business of others. And if you're not earning it today, it's going to stay there for you if you build it properly. So that's the kind of sustainability. Okay, I got the last thing I want to share with you. And Jimmy Weiss, can you pop up here for a second, just for a second, and then we're going to finish off with the most exciting person in the room. Jimmy, I just want you to come up here, or you stay down there, because you're going to run around with that, I think.
I am.
Okay, Jim, you go ahead, and I'm going to show last time. Go ahead, Jim, you've got some gifts here that you just want to have some fun with, right? This is his own private thing he wants to do for everybody in the room that's here for the first time.
I'm copying out of Dave Jordan by giving stuff away.
Woo!
Because I want to be like Dave Jordan. And I haven't given too much away in my life, and this is going to be, especially a convention of business people. And I think this is going to be cool. So I'm just going to pick randomly some people. Now, I'm a coin collector, and I'm a brag, a big coin collector. I've been collecting coins since I've been 7.
Wow.
And I've sort of graduated my collection's a couple $1 million, okay? I buy stuff that's rare, and it's cool. I've made a lot of money in coin collecting. So,
She'll hand them up.
no, I got it. And I know, now this stuff is, I didn't pay a whole lot for it, but I'm going to tell every one of you that's lucky enough to get one, hang on to it. Collectible items go up in value, some of them. Now, Kenesha, where are you? I just met Kenesha. She's one of Lily's best friends. I gave Kenesha a coin. She's from Mississippi. I gave her a Mississippi MS-67. Coins are rated 1 to 7. You got a 70, you got something. It's perfect. And they're great. So, Kenesha's got an MS-67 Mississippi. There's only 150 of them. Great, that. Great. So, I'm going to take 5 minutes on maybe 6, and that's it. Okay, so this is give me a second. God dang it.
There's no telephone number, no marketing material on this. This is a gift.
Okay, this is a Georgia PF70. It's approved. It's freaking perfect. Okay. Now, I've got one of the largest or the nicest state quarter collections in this country. And I know what I'm doing because I've got a lot of experience. But this one here is Georgia, 1999. And that's when the first state quarters came out. I bought a bunch of 70s because I know that they're going to get rare. They're already a little rare. Now, I paid $20 for this, already graded. When I checked it 10 years ago, it was worth $85. I don't, you know, I mean, I didn't give it away. So, you laugh, you're getting it.
Okay.
Okay, now listen, that's very years originally. Yeah. We're a little different color today. This is a cool friend right here. Now give it to your kids or whatever you want.